Damn it! So close to Alfred's time too. It's too slow. Yeah. Cool orbs. Am I running Photoshop? Yes. Oh, reticle graphics could be cool to touch up. This one doesn't feel like it has any, like... things are just gonna spawn in. Yeah, it feels a little bit unplanned. I think the crystals look a little bit trash. We'll think about that. Yo, Jackdog. Hello, Alf here. Did you try the Kanban plugin for Obsidian? I didn't try it, no. I've tried like Trello and stuff before. I guess we can take a look. Okay, how does it work then? Yeah, I didn't really like Trello. It felt much slower than this. It was easier to like organize things with in a pure text format for me. Just Apex? Yes, I do. Looks pretty clean, but I think my problem is that I tend to do these kinds of lists. I create the list just to get it out of my head, and then I kind of ignore it. I just want to make sure I have something written down. And what tends to happen with these when I use these kinds of Kanban and stuff is that these lists will become so long that I never finish them, and that just feels bad. The launcher, this thing is something I made in, it's called KebVM, something I made in Godot with C#. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect, and it's sort of in an experimental state. But I mostly, to launch shit, I usually use this, which is Flow Launcher, which is great. So we're gonna get into fixing the reticle thing some point. I wonder if we should do some cool... Yeah, the PowerToys launcher, I didn't try it, but I've heard it's okay. Flow Launcher is really good. What? Streaming gone? What's not working? Anyway, have a good one, Jack Dog. Also Althir, Love by Inferno. I haven't learned to drink coffee yet. At the ripe age of 41 and I don't know, 99%. I'm gonna guess that it's never gonna stick with me. I'm more of a sweet guy, I guess. Yeah, I wonder if we should do something like the title screen around the mouse cursor, so like something that just wobbles and morphs and does stuff. Okay, gotcha. Does that like increase caffeine or something, or is it just the the taste that picks you up? Just tastes bitter, yeah. Not my favorite. So I think like just going back to the Kanban, if you're more organized and more like sticking to your plan, I think this would be a good idea. Specifically, I like this, where you can like have cards that have multiple subtasks like this. That's, if you can collapse that, I think that's pretty cute. But every time I've tried something other than just a text document, like I used to do the add-on inside of VS Code, every time I've tried something else, it just hasn't worked, hasn't stuck for me. I don't know exactly why, but that's how it is. Seems pretty cute. Throw away like 700 line documents full of tick boxes because they never get relevant, and I hate to continually clear the board. It's like you just want to get it out of your head, and then you pick the most important part, because things change so often when you're, at least the way I work, that like it's sort of a problem, or like a solution in search for a problem for me. This works. But maybe it would be, because it's a little bit, you gotta like use your keyboard to reorder, which I like, And I expect you to be able to do that with the Kanban version too. But I really want to be able to like multi-cursor edit stuff, just like I would in VS Code or something. Or like multi-cursor, however I do that in here. I want to add like a tag to this. I've been trying to not like use features of Obsidian, except for Markdown. Like keep it as simple as possible, because every time I try to complicate things, it just never sticks. But on the other hand, I might be like missing some stuff that we should be toying with. So let's get back to Godot for a second here. The thing that happened yesterday was that I was we were the day before, and some of yesterday we worked on this other version, like another thing where you could like stick to walls or like flip the gravity and stuff, and I think that is cool. It's a cool mechanic, and maybe we'll do something with that, but I don't think I have the presence of mind to do something with that right now. I'd rather get out a new playtest using this thing. And also I feel like maybe this is enough of a weird mechanic that we don't need to add another one. It's like in the name, the whole like flip through the water thing. So that's good. I think we're onto something with that. But we need, it has some problems, like it's hard to make it not the best idea to like flip just continuously, just bounce up and down in the water, because all the levels are pretty open. So I actually implemented an idea that I got from chat, which are these walls that you cannot shoot through, and also that also means that they're only in one of the dimensions. But it turns out you can see that there's a guy there, but you can't like shoot through it, and that seems to have opened up some level design ideas for me. The other thing I've done is that I've removed we used to have this super grenade where you could shoot a grenade and it just explodes in a huge radius and it just kills everything within, and that kind of defeated the purpose of the normal grenades. So I wanted to like figure out how to use this for good. So the barriers give us a way to block shooting but not sight entirely. It also gives us a way to make the top side and the bottom side different in a somewhat understandable way, because they're so obviously there. And they're like having this like quite what should we call it? Oh, look at that, we don't even hit. I wonder what it is that causes the frame drops. This is not going to be playable on my brother's computer. If it doesn't run on mine at 120 or even 240, we gotta figure that out. But it might be a lot of things. Probably that we have a lot of these we have a lot of lights in a lot of things at the moment. But it could just be Photoshop that's running, and that causes every. Oh wait, we also run Magic of Voxel. Let's see if it pops back up. No, it's still like You can see when we're looking straight down, we're getting 120. Let's actually bump this up so my computer sweats a little bit more. So this caps out at 120. And it drops down quite significantly when we do this. 120. Is there something particularly... This is 180. And here it drops down significantly. Probably because we're rendering this guy. But it could also be that there is a light inside of each of those. Let's try see what that does if we're removing those lights from all the barriers. But what I was more or less saying is that the barriers give us a way to make the top and bottom side different in a pretty obvious way, and that in turn gives us a lot of like, wow, that looks so much different. But yeah, so having those lights there really probably becomes a little bit too much for stuff. But even here it's like pretty slow. I would expect the game to run at, you know, like faster. So yeah, for this level, look, try some stuff. So at half resolution, we get a little bit more, but it's not that much. It really is. When I'm rendering multiple of these, that you're getting trash performance. Let me also write down something while I remember. We want to add all the new stuff to shader pre-comp. Wait, it says cap 145 plus mailbox, so it's capped here, I guess. It's a little bit crunchy, but it doesn't climb higher than that. There's always VBox or mailboxed to the screen, I guess. Thought I ran my screen at 240, but maybe I'm not at 240 at the moment. Yeah, I'm at 240. Well, what do you know? It's absolutely playable, but I would guess that it's slow on lower end hardware. The 2070 is not like a super card or like a really nice card at this point, but it's still like on the higher end of stuff. What we should be doing is probably install it on the Steam Deck and check, because that's the thing that I want to that I want to target. Oh, is that an optimization? Wait. Shoot that. Shoot that. Take a step back. Do that. Yeah, that might be an optimization. Okay, not that fast, but... See, that area there could be a little bit smaller. Also, the ghost material I did was okay, but this doesn't look that good. It's the orbs that sort of... Yeah, and they disappear. So, that's something we want to toy with. So I did make a material, but it does seem like that material is strange somehow. When I looked at it on the crowd level, I didn't ever see that as a big... These would be cool if they had Ghost for energy pickup. Oh, here is another big thing that I started doing yesterday. One hit KO on enemies. A lot of the enemies now only takes one hit. Because how much fun is it to just hold your button down a little bit longer? Here's an example of like an enemy placement that requires you to move a little bit more and stops you from just doing this. Shoot that, flip around, shoot that, flip around, shoot that. Shoot that. So I think I want to put in more stuff that stops you from doing this and makes it the fastest way to actually play the game when you're not just bouncing up and down in the water. So placing these blockers, you move faster on the ground than on than in the water. So here I think no, you want to pick up that. So I mean stuff like that is what we want to work on. And then I'm thinking of what can we do with peaks and the last level. Should we just remove them? Should we add 2 easier levels? Should we redo stuff? So I think this one is a lot more fun now that enemies die faster. So here I used to do this, but that doesn't quite work anymore. Instead, I would think it was funny if you could like position enemies so that grenades were more useful. Also made the hitboxes a lot bigger, maybe a little bit too big. It does remove, the only reason to use the rail at this point is to kill the end. This. I don't know, and this last level it's maybe a bit too long. It's fun to end with a bang, like have a pretty hard level. No, I missed. No. Yeah, this level, it's like, it doesn't feel very concise. Thank you, Sebastian. I try my best. So I think the arena here is pretty cool. It would be nice to redo the enemy spawns so that maybe you make use of some of the barriers. But reduce the amount of spawns or something, I don't know. Whoop. Playing so badly. Grab that guy. And then throw... What? I missed? What's going on here? I wonder if the rail should be piercing at this point. So it has a little bit more usability. One single. Yeah, I don't know. Even this guy feels better, I would say. I do feel like energy is not such a... Maybe we should spawn more enemies in certain places so that the grenades make more sense. Maybe you can do something like that to kill that guy around the corner. That's an interesting little optimization, though it didn't work. We are killing these with one, so yeah. Let's start ticking things off our list here. The grenade explosion has a max radius of, let's try 10. I think this just solves everything. Yes, it should be enough. It's quite a big difference in size. I was thinking something like this. Yeah, that's a much more reasonable size of that explosion. Did I get him? No. Why doesn't that work? Just too far. That works. Cool. See, just playing the game will give you ideas of how to design new levels. That works. We could already be on the other side there when that happens. So here. If those were more grouped up in some places, yeah. Thank you, Static. Go. Quake and Wipeout. Oh yeah, that's not a bad comparison. I usually describe it as like a mix-up between Devil Daggers and Neon White, but Quake and Wipeout is not a terrible comparison either. Okay. So the grenade, nerfing the grenade is good. Throwing it behind walls is an interesting little thing. I can almost see like also throwing it like through the water up behind something could be cool. I'm thinking about a level that looks like a wheel with like 3 spokes going out and those arches, and then you can kind of jump up and down into the different sides. And then you will have arches with the barriers in there. And you can like throw the grenade to the side of the arches. Maybe flip around, pick up an energy behind what would be a blocked up off arch on one side. Maybe there's like little rooms which are blocked off. We also have the barrier performance as a thing. Let's go. Let's see here. Where are we going? Back here. Could make another level in Blender. Just like a thing with 3 spokes, like a triangle, maybe. Like a sun, and you just jump off the edge, and then things are blocked off, so you have to go to the other side. Maybe you could go like out a spoke. We just vary up which, if it's like blocked from the side or from the center, only on the up, only on the down, and then we do one that's good to throw grenades around corners. I like that idea. Should we try it out? Do we have Blender running? I think we do. Yes. So this is my level creation tool. So I can actually change things like this, and it automatically generates like all the foliage and stuff around the edges for me, like that. And that maybe touch up on the floor edges generation in Blender. could be a thing. Yeah, so this is the way it works at the moment. Yeah, it's procedural. But it's not like random anymore. We used to make all the levels randomly. Like a majority of the levels in the game actually was generated by code I wrote. And then we modified them slightly afterwards. And placed enemies pretty much manually. We're moving more and more towards like handcrafted stuff. It's something I'm not very good at, so it's very much a learning thing. So we didn't turn these back on, but they are not throwing shadows, so that's good. I wonder if they should have a lower range. And different attenuation parameters. I'm working on this with my brother. My brother makes the music and the sound effects. But I do all the code and that stuff. So, yeah. Why is this so off to the side? Scale probably can work. There we go. This material automatically kind of turns the other color on the opposite side. So the Omnilight is hard to see, but it has somewhat... I think the problem is I'm getting too many Omnilights in a specific place, and now they don't show up that much. So we could do like a negative attenuation and get a little bit of, because I want a little bit of light coming from it on the... Maybe we can, yeah, I don't know, have a flick that turns off the lights or something if you want to have fewer lights. This hallway becomes quite slow due to those lights. So it looks like this with the lights on, and then we save and we'll see. You're like missing a bunch of the light that come at the edges here. I think we should maybe manually place single light sources like in the center or something to light things up. That should be a bit cheaper. Also these have lights in them, and just starting to become a little bit, because all the lights are real time, it's becoming a little bit slow. Unnecessarily so. You don't really see the lights from these anyway, so maybe we can do something else. So it's the text display things. They have a light in them. Get rid of... Wait, that's not the light. That's the light. If we got rid of that, we'd get a little bit fewer lights in the start here. Maybe that runs faster. The range is also gonna affect things, because that's how many, like when lights overlap, that is when things become a little bit slower. Keep picking the wrong level. It's a bit bright, I would say. It should be minus 0.1. I don't know what this does, but it has to do with the curve. Kind of like the idea that there would be lights baked in here, but no, I don't really see them, so. Didn't I save with the Omnilight on? Do these have lights in them too? There is, but it's not active. It's a bit annoying to tweak them, but we can do this. If we wanted, we could also make these faster by not sampling the because we're both sampling the depth buffer and the screen buffer, which makes it a little bit slower than maybe we would imagine. Also, I don't understand, because I don't see the Omnilight inside of them. Shouldn't I be seeing the icon? It's probably obscured by the effect. That's why we don't see it. See, now we get a little bit more of the glow there. Let's look at the FPS for this level. That's not the right level. Well, yeah. Can we, while this is running, go in and turn off the light, save, and that would that works, and now it runs at a little bit faster, I guess. Is there any other level that has... What if we took like crowd and just looked at this? This level is a much lighter level. It turns out this is like 150, 160 FPS, even if this is covering the entire screen. What if we turned on the lights? Here it doesn't cost us nearly as much, But there are 6 probably overlapping little omni lights with in the other level. I really like this, but I wonder if we should just hello Itram! Mirror is coming along now, finally. Yeah, it's a little bit slow. Let's do this. Let's have on the barrier, we have a reference to the light. We can just have like export var disable light. Bool is false, and then in func ready, we just say light visible is that, and then we don't need to set the light. If not, disable light. We do this. And then we can do manual lighting here. Almost think maybe the barrier should be... Should barrier be actually a tool so we can more easily light this? Then we also have to check. You know what? It's not a tough thing to do to enable or disable light. That should be fine to do every frame. Not going to be that many. It's going to be tens of them at most. Because I think for the tool part to actually trigger, I have to do something like this. My family got me a terrible thesaurus for my birthday. It was terrible. You didn't have that many synonyms, or what's the idea? I think also jokes aren't the most fun when you explain them. Here's the level tutorial. Now we can like somehow find all the... This is more than those, okay. Ooh, hello, frame rate, hello. Invalid access to property or key, current camera, let's split this up into 2 different things, and we just say like if engine is editor hint, return here. We don't need to do all this stuff. Alternatively, we could get the actual current camera, which should work, but I don't know. This looks pretty sweet. Cool. So now we should be able to like click, 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 click. These are the ones. Oh no, I think I got something else here. That and that. We don't need the streaks. I only want the... Oh, so many objects! That's not the right one. Weirdly enough, like moving objects inside of Godot or selecting them seems to be a very hard thing. I think we're missing one. The one on the far side here. Is that it? Okay, so now I think we have only the things we want. Now we turn off the light. That makes it darker. And we can light it using like single bulbs instead. So let's borrow this and we'll we need to like organize this somehow. Let's create another node 3D. It's gonna be our like entrance or something. So what? Why is... We turn this off. Get all except for the last one. Is that one? Yes. Perfect. So now this is here. This should be half at least of what we had before, so maybe we can keep... We should probably set some performance targets for this, but yeah. See how this looks. With our lights, let's make them green. Quite a bit of a difference in the feel of the entrance. Hello, props. Didn't we also have like one extra light here? I don't know. Let's see how this feels in game. We should also like boot up the Steam Deck and see what the frame rates are. Where is it here? This is at 120 now instead of like 100. And this goes up to what probably is the cap then, I guess. It is still like significantly lower than 120 on my computer, which is not that wonderful. I think we can edit things as we go as well. Like we could maybe turn off just this middle one and see if it affects things positively. What do you like about Godot compared to Unity? Iteration times is the big thing, I think. That it's open source and the licensing is better. I mean, there are things to like about both, and there are things to dislike about both. I think Godot is great. Like it's just my engine of choice right now, at least. You see how much that shoots up? Like 20 FPS for one enemy? Like, don't look at the enemy. The bigger this is on screen, the slower things get. No, that's not true. It's actually faster with this. This almost don't look dithered too, which is interesting. Yeah, GD script is really good, I think. Being able to trust the corporation behind it won't do something really shitty again. Yeah, the Godot Foundation, at least for now, doesn't seem to be out to destroy my business, which is good. Cool. I mean, 107. It is window mode while streaming in pretty high res, but I think I should try to find my my Steam Deck, boot it up, and see what it runs at here. Cause like, if it runs at 60, I'm happy. This is a lot, but it's gonna be the first thing you try in the game, so I do like these, but they're not like 100% necessary for this corridor here. We could try just with the center one and make it a little bit stronger. I never understand why. It doesn't feel like it's illuminating the floor in the same way as some other stuff. This is a really bright light. Why does it look like transparent? See, it's like affecting this wall much more than the floor. That's what I don't quite get with these things here. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared about the FPS. It does feel like it should be faster than this. On the other hand, this one could feel more like I don't see a lot of lights for this. Is that also turned off, or there's a little bit of something? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. This square thing, that's not that good looking. Steam Deck, get! One of the problems with the Steam Deck is obviously that I don't have controller support, so I have to plug in a mouse or something. Well, that shouldn't be impossible. Do we have any battery? I think not. Mouse. Adapter. Is that USB pass through or not? Am I gonna fry my thing if I put the... There's no like... It's nasty. Whoa, it's powering up. Holy shit. There's gonna be two things with the Steam Deck. One is gonna be lack of keyboard, stuff like that. No controller support. But the other one is just gonna be the performance, as it's also like emulating. It's gonna run through the emulation layer. What could go wrong? Okay, it's launching. Cool. Yeah, that's I have a hard time seeing this running at 120 or like 60 FPS on the Steam Deck. Maybe in whatever limited resolution it has. It's like slightly lower than 1080p if I'm not misremembering. Maybe it does. But like usually higher than 120 on my machine. But it's a pretty simple game, so it doesn't look AAA in that kind of sense. So I guess people don't expect this to run slowly. Let's try some other levels. I think even this runs at like 120 FPS. Why doesn't this view run at 666? Also, why is the cap 145? Isn't that a good question too? Can always figure out performance, I guess. $145. This one runs significantly faster than the other ones. It is... I wonder if it's... Because this one doesn't have the one of the foliage things. Maybe that's slow. And it's also smaller, so I guess that could be a thing. But shields. Faster, but it's smaller. How about crowd? Significantly faster, and maybe because this one does have the foliage thing that is not that visible. Let's put that on the list. Touch up foliage. Peaks quite fast. And then onslaught a little slower. Okay. Hello RP. What the F? What is up? Okay. Steam Deck is running. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. I'm sorry. Get to see the back of me, which is not the most fun. How long is this cable? Almost long enough. Mouse support wasn't that strong. So I'm just trying to... it's super annoying. Maybe I should let it charge for a bit. It also doesn't find my games. Here it is. That's a very old version. Can we get the playtest? It doesn't matter. We can use the full version. .400 megs. It's downloading, so we'll see the performance in a bit here. La Busquizot. Hi. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Have a Godot question. Made a function in a class called state, and in a move class that extends state, I try to call this function, but it says not found in base self. You shouldn't use self. You should just... if the move class extends state, you should just call the function name, not self dot function name. It's not Python. So we'll try to run the old version and see if it works. It's sort of booting up with a very off-center thing. The heck is this? Smallest window ever. Very broken. Is there... I don't know. It's check this out. Can you show us the code? Maybe that's helping. So on the Steam Deck, fortunately the cable is so short. So, the window is like this small, so it's really hard to see if anything happens here. Maybe I can press like Alt Enter on the keyboard or something, but that didn't seem like the keyboard worked. Maybe I need a non-Mac keyboard or something. I don't know if they do something special. Yo, Sneeko Games. Hey. I actually don't think the keyboard. Well, it turns on now. Okay, the keyboard does work. But Alt Enter. Nope. I think we gotta pick up a new version, because I remember doing something with window mode versus not. Maybe we should just build and sure. The state class state extends. Ooh, let me check. Func self curve X. What do you want, Cat? Do you want to go out there? Sure, do that. Oh shit! Should be seeing my screen here. You don't need self. I usually put them in the other order. I don't know if that matters. I put node on top, but I don't think that matters. These are two different files then, I guess. Yeah, it's not great. It's not your fault. None of this should be needed. Time entered time times divide by 1,000 x factor move speed equals blah blah blah. Yeah, remove the self, because you're saying a lot of things with self here. It's going decently, Sneeko. I'm trying to do some performance optimizations, and to get a baseline, I want to run the game on the Steam Deck to get see, is it even close to running at 60 locked 60 on Steam Deck? If it is, then I'm like fine with it. But right now I'm trying to figure out what Labou's or the problems they're having. Is it that this doesn't get cold, or is there some other thing? What did you say the problem was? It says it tried to call this function, but it says not found in base self. So maybe it's something else, since is it this that triggers couldn't do it, or compilation error? Sometimes you just have to restart Godot. I've noticed that it falsely tells you there is an error in code when there isn't. So yeah, I'm working on a game called Ocean Mirror. We're gonna do a playtest here. Maybe tomorrow is that's the idea, and it looks like this. Yeah, there's nothing wrong calling a function in a base class from the child class. It just if you want to override it, you just use the keyword super and then you call it like a function to refer to the function you're overriding. Yeah, sometimes you have to do some. Thank you. Yeah, this is what we want to see. But you can see it on my 2070 at 1440p roughly. I'm getting 130 FPS in this room here, and it seems like it probably should be a little bit faster. But it's while streaming, and yeah, I just want to see, like, is this questionable performance or is it okay? So yeah, for all the new viewers, this is Ocean Mirror, and it's about like flipping upside down. Yeah. So La Pousse. I am using similar things all the time. Let's see if I can find my way back to my code here. So for example, player is an entity, so extends entity class name player. An entity contains some stuff. So for example, the super method, or rather the ready thing. Oh, the thing that I noticed here is that you have this update. Maybe you should refer to process, and that would be the problem. But you say that's not the error you're getting. So I don't know. But player, the ready function exists in entity as well. So you got to call super like that, or in process you kind of call super like this to make sure it happens in the class. Same result. Yeah, this should work. You're not necessarily doing anything wrong. So here's entity, which extends character body, and it's got some stuff in ready. Okay. Let's see what we can do about the game. Let us take this. Let's go to project settings. Just check what it should boot up at. What kind of resolution it should run at 1920, and it says windowed here. Just for the sake of it, we're gonna put full screen in there, and I don't know if that's gonna affect it too much on the Steam Deck, but we'll see. So, and then we're gonna do an export, a Windows build, and let's make it a wait. Export all. Release. Let's try release. See what happens. Restart Modo and Aragon. Yeah, I've had that issue a couple of times. So now we're building it. We'll see if it works. And then we're gonna go to the right folder, and then we're gonna go to my builds and Steam and Windows, and then we'll run this, and it starts up in full screen, and then it's gonna flip out of it, I think. We'll see. Yeah, so now it's a window mode thing, and it's really slow because that's how things go. Cool. Let's just group it so it's smaller. Now it runs decently. Does it seem slow still? What's that about? It's like terrible performance now. 9 FPS. Not good. I don't know why that is. Probably because of some something here. Maybe like how it renders stuff. But it did work. And let's see if it works if I push it to the regular channel, not the playtest channel. So it is updating Steam tools, logging in, building the diffs, pushing the patch. Done. Now let's exit the game, confirm, and then we'll go like properties, betas, the beta, it's updating, downloading 75 megs, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll do more of this testing when the Steam Deck is actually charged. I do have ways of showing the Steam Deck on screen. Okay, so it's booting up. Where is my OBS? Go to cam. You can see it's trying to start up at least. No, it's still that minimum window. I don't understand what that is about. Is it super low res window? And this should be options. And then like, I wonder if I can find the full screen thing. Where would this... Can we... Damn it, I thought this wouldn't be this big of a deal. Why is it opening up in a minimum super tiny window? Can we make a special build that doesn't do that? Yeah, Modo is an old 3D modeling tool. True. Okay. So what do we want to, how do we want to try this out? Do we want to pursue this or do we want to do something else? We can try, see if it is. We can try this. We have something called resolution scaler, which will like update the window sizes and stuff, and maybe there is something, right, that this will change the mode as it boots up. If we just remove that, it's a little bit annoying because we can't quickly try it out. Because now it opens up in full screen mode, and then it shouldn't switch out of full screen mode. That's the idea. That works. And even if I change something here, I would expect it to not like do anything. It just works. Cool. So if we make a new build, a release build, and upload that and see if we can get the update onto the Steam Deck. Because I think maybe there's something with my quiet. Let's upload that. Should be a minimal patch. Cool. Steam Ocean Mirror Exit game. Update. Getting the update. Launching. Yo, I think we have the logo in the center of the screen now at least. Yo, it's working. Okay, so we need to do something about that in the future. Check this out. Here is Ocean Mirror on the Steam Deck. And we can maybe... Oh shit. That's the leaderboards, which doesn't have names for some reason. And this level select doesn't work in this resolution. Here it is. Whoa. We can move backward. We can't move forwards. I think I might have unbound that because I was in there pressing shit. Yeah, move forward. W. Here we go. Video mode. Pixelization 2. Let's do 1. Resume. Okay. This runs at 60. It looks very dark. And is actually working with the controller. Wonder... That's reload. And that is flip. Okay, so it's actually working with the controller. Nice. And that works. So it says it's locked at 60. It feels goodish, but it's very, very dark. I don't know why that is. It gets really dark on my brother's computer as well. But this is pretty... I would say pretty promising performance here. And that it works with the sticks and stuff. Just probably... yeah, it looks and feels roughly like Lock 60. Can I press keys on the keyboard? Yes. So if we look at the stats, it is actually running at 60. So I would say, like, let's not bother too much with the performance at this point. This is full resolution too. We can probably get it to run even faster if we wanted to do that. You have duck with shift. Should that be that button maybe? No, not left mouse button. I can't rebind it now. Bugs. So shift should be on some of these buttons. Right, so the main problem is that we can't select levels because we can't see them. Because the layout doesn't work. But like the performance is fine. The question is, why is it pitch black? And not on my machine. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But let's not worry too much about the performance at this point. If it runs, it looks okay. Yeah, there's that bug that where the resolution scaling doesn't seem to work like it should. Hello, cat. What are you doing? Why are you on the chair? You can be here. Come. Wait. Cat has a little hideout here behind my screen where it's warm and safe. Yeah, it did feel like perfect locked 60. I'm not that surprised that it worked fine, except that it doesn't run that fast on my computer. So I wonder why that is. Is it me who's running? Why is it so dark? Is it my fault, or is it like, what is it that causes that? Could there be something in my post shader? It could be. Do I have like HDR available or something? Because I can do that on my screen. I guess it should be like in window, or maybe it's called high dynamic range. Because I guess like the Steam Deck doesn't support HDR on the internal display at least, and my brother's display maybe doesn't support that either, and mine does, so that's one of the things that I could think is a problem. Keep in mind that the sRGB... Enable sRGB conversion in the environment. Let's check how our environment node looks. Here. Could it be adjustments? Tone map? Should that be ACES? I don't think it matters. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Could it be the camera? Could it be on the camera? Because this renders to like a texture and then rendering 2D HDR. Time for TV test build. Could be, could be. Wait, can you do like just the SSAO? No. Whatever, that's not what we're looking for really. We want to figure out where you disable or enable 3D. Not really lighting, it's just like so this is somewhere on the... Oh, there's HDR. Is it still there though? So on the viewport somewhere. Where was it? This looks like... Viewport rendering, it should be something like that. Do you see any rendering? Is it in the sub viewport? Viewport rendering. I don't see it. It's not in there. It's just HDR for 2D. We don't want that. Or maybe we do? Oh, that makes everything darker. It did affect a thing. Now it's gonna run in full screen. That sucks. We need to turn back our code. You can do that while it's running, right? There it goes. Hello. Frame rate. Oh, look at that. It's super annoying because it's running at 30 FPS for no good reason. And it doesn't look at all like it should. But it also doesn't look like it looks on the... Why is it so slow? Okay, so that does do something that's like reminiscent of what happens. What's World 3D? Is everything always rendering using HDR now, or what's the deal? Oh, come on. It just like, I'm gonna run really slowly today. Oh, it is. Is it because it boots up in full screen and then stops being full screen? let's see if we can do something in like code, because like rendering server HDR. It's the same thing like this. Godot 4. My game renders darker on some screens. You need to add a light. That's not our problem. Yeah. I could, but that shouldn't be necessary. Yes, but it's not. It's more different than you'd think. It is quite a big difference. It's like night and day. I'm considering getting. It would be interesting to output it to a to my capture card. I have an Elgato thing somewhere. But also, I could just not care for a bit. I think this is one of the bigger, because some people have said, "Oh, it's so dark," and I've been like, "Okay, yeah, I know it's a dark game, but maybe it was much darker than I expected." HDMI cables are not that common here. Hello, Artemis. Found one. Now we need to figure out what a good... This one is connected to something good? Wait, that's in. Squeaky share. Let's go to Elgato. HD60S drivers. Yes. Sure. Install it. No. So how do I... How do I... Can I do like the camera? And use this to kind of... Yeah, sure. But I want to use another camera. Can I add it in OBS then, maybe? Add input something. Video capture device. It doesn't exist here, so it hasn't found it. They have some sort of oh, they got bought by someone. Rest of Europe, sure. I don't care. I just want the program downloads. This maybe. Might be that it just isn't a good USB port. Sometimes it wants me to run it directly over USB-C, which makes sense. Yes. Will this find it? Couldn't find any units. Why is that? Bad times. I got a USB 3 port. That is why it doesn't work. Damn it! I bet my mouse charging cable isn't on a USB-C. Doesn't even react to that one. Even upside down. Nope. That sucks. One second. It looks like I'm connecting my USB hub. Through can't imagine I actually have my front USB-C connected on my computer. Doesn't seem like it, no. Alternatively, this cable isn't actually USB to USB-C. Damn it, should this have been easier? Yes. How about this one? This one should be connected at least. Something happened. It's not a good port. How about this one? It's not USB 3, it says, but it is. I'm pretty sure. Is it the... which ones? Wow, that's not good. Whoa, what's up? Is it still 24 outside? Yes. Oh, where is it? It still doesn't believe that this is a USB 3 port. pretty sure it is. No. My USB hub? No, that doesn't work either. This was supposed to be simple. And it certainly was not. Let's screw that shit. But there's something that's going on. I think maybe I have HDR is not on here, so it should act like if I have let me check my settings here on my screen. Is there anything to set anywhere? Not really. Yep, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a way to set up the HDR on the screen. So maybe it's not HDR, maybe it's something else. Is there anything inside of like let's say we go to quantization controller, compositor effect GLSL. It reads the LUT. Maybe the LUT has some settings on it that confuses some versions of this. Check the import settings. HDR as sRGB. Could be a thing. I've got that resolution scaler thing. I wonder if it, now that it has like let's go in and toggle that full screen thing. And once that is on, maybe it launches correctly. With the default settings. Or like the default code. We'll see. Let's make a build. Export all, release. Let's upload that to the beta channel. You could also test if there's any difference running it on this particular thing. What? No, we should have tried it before we... Damn it, we gotta make a new build. Run it first. Hope Steam doesn't get angry with us when we're updating stuff. This is looking exactly the same. Cool. New export. Upload again. Literally like 1 byte difference. There we go. Updating. Booting it up. Seems to be working. No, it's really, really dark. So you can see it's like crushed out blacks. I guess it's hard to see, but it is like significantly darker than it is on this screen. Quite strange. I wonder if we should try running it without the quantization thing and see if it helps. So we can turn off the quantization. You know what? One thing we could do really quickly is to set up a thing. Let's close this so we're not getting any issues. In settings that turns this on and off, so we can toggle it in the settings. So just do export var quantization effect bool is true, and then we go to quantization compositor effect, and then we set it up to be like enabled at some point. Something like this. If not enabled, just return, and then we can set up toggle. Wait, you're still looking at my face. You need to tell me when that happens. Pause menu. Video should be in here. And then got like full screen. Do another toggle. Call this one like quantization. Now we need to check out what the actual name was. Quantization effect. Setting toggle. Put that in there. This way, with any luck, should... Yeah, I use Obsidian, yes. So let's take the first level, for example. So this is how it looks like this, and then we can go video and then turn off quantization and see how the game actually looks. And also we can see the FPS. It's not actually that much different on this machine. Cool, so now we can toggle that on and off. And now we can see if that works in a build of the game. That's that. Upload it. It's a little bit annoying to run verify files on the Steam Deck because it verifies like Proton and all of that stuff. You do that to kind of force to get the latest and greatest stuff. So the test here will confirm if the game is running, or like if it is before the game is rendered to the screen. Turn off quantization. Oh, we can't turn it back on again. Oh, because it doesn't run then, of course. But you can see comparatively. Okay, I gotta restart it to show. But like, go. This is how it looks. On that screen, and then if I show it to you like this, Alt Tab, go all the way to OBS, camera. You can see this doesn't look dark at all. This looks fine. So something is happening in my quantization shader that's different between different hardware. I think I have to ask for help with this. But it's nice that we have a kind of a test bed where this happens. Of course, there was a dumb idea, because if it's not enabled, it's not going to run this render callback. So we can't use that to set that. But we can do it inside of resolution scaler, for example. I think we have a reference to... No, we don't. Quantization. There's something called the quantization controller, which probably is a better place to do it on. So that should enable us to turn it on and off. And if you look at my screen instead, thank you. Damn it. Fortress, here is it without the quantization shader, and here it is with it. Quite a bit of a difference. But there's something that happens between this and this where it becomes very, very dark on other screens. At least I think, like, can we take like a screenshot or something just to compare? Like this part here, I think was mostly like black on the other. Yeah, it could be HDR, but I couldn't find any way to turn it off, so. Dang it. Boot it up again, and I'm just gonna start this. I can't. Video quantization is on now, and we need to restart again for this to work. Quit. Let's try it. Shader is pretty cool, right? Yeah, this is like a world of difference. Can I take a screenshot and share it somehow? How do I do that in Steam? Can I do that using this button? There are brightness settings here, but that shouldn't be it, right? No, it doesn't seem to be anything. Is this? Media. How do I take a screenshot in Steam Deck? Ancient DM Punk Atlantis. Steam Deck screenshots. Press R1 together and the Steam button. Where is it? R1 and the Steam button. Screenshot taken. Cool. How do I get that over to my thing then? Private options. Upload. Private. Like that maybe? No! So now I should have this in my Steam library somehow. Do I see it under... Where do I see it then? Content. Screenshots is empty. Ah, this is actually the wrong account. Damn it. I cannot quick switch, right? Can I see my screenshots using the other account, like steamcommunity.com. Am I logged in as Cuddle Monster? Maybe I can't see it on here. Screenshots. Content maybe. Ah, look at that. Here you can see the screenshot in full glory. Let's copy this image and compare a screenshot to this. If I restart, this is the starting thing here, and compare that to let's take a screenshot. Alt B, quit, exit. Have a screenshot folder. Let's open up Photoshop for this, even though it's a resource hog. F12. Yeah. If I had a keyboard. There we go. New file. Big file. Put this down. Go open this one up. One does hide the UI. This is not the exact same position in game. Let's see if we can line it up. VS Code for GD extensions, no idea. This is like the worst frame rate ever. I'm standing like a little bit to the right, looking at that thing, and looking at that, and I'm a little bit to the right. Might be different FOVs, but okay. Frame rate. I don't know why it does that. Screenshots, latest one here now should line up pretty well. Something like this. Here you can see the difference in color, at least. See, this is crushed black, and this is not crushed black. Is it just lights? Kind of don't think it is. Let's pursue the Godot advanced forums or something, or like advanced threads, or is it rendering? Maybe is there rendering? Using a recent 4.3 build and the new compositor effect stuff, I'm getting different results on different machines. On, for example, the Steam Deck, it's a lot dark. It renders a lot darker than on my PC. Any ideas where this, what can cause this? And I show the screenshots, like part of them like this, like this. Should probably write out like Steam Deck here. Pick a cool color. Don't want the UI in there because people are gonna miss the point. I do think the difference happens in my custom post-processing shader, but what could cause it to work differently on different hardware? Also, it's the same on my on another Windows. It's also darker on another Windows PC, not just when running over Proton, etc. There we go. Now we have asked some people. Actually, that is Windows. Edit. Cool. Winter coding. I think you should use GDScript if you're gonna use Godot and you don't want to do something that's super performance critical. Like if you have tens of thousands of objects. Let me show you a thing. While we're waiting to see if anyone I think Mux is sleeping, by the way. Let's go to... No, not that. Projects. Mass test. I want to open this, but I want to open it with the right Godot engine. How can I... Okay, let's open it with... I think the one that I have in here is good. Dev 5, sure, should work. GDScript is slower, but it's not that bad. This is one thing that it annoys me to no end with Godot. Like, why can't you just use the normal system thing, which has the favorites and stuff in there? Why do you have to do this, which doesn't like sort by? Just not good. It'd be Dropbox, projects, mass test, I think it's called. That's fine. Oh, does my thing break with full or maximized apps? Seems like it. Restart that. See if this works. Shit never works. Wait. So here, this is here's a test I did. This is using physics. Every single little wizard here has a script on it that tells it to walk towards the point that I clicked. It starts to like become a little bit slow when you get here, but I don't know if that's the physics or whatever it is. So like, it's not even that slow. Like, there's a script on each of those in GDScript. It runs at 120 hertz or something, and just like changes the size of them and makes them walk towards the thing. So like this full thing runs 120 frame, 120 times a second for every one of those. Like, it's not super impressive if you think about it from a like how many the computer should be able to handle, but you know, it's probably fast enough is what I'm trying to say. And like if you're gonna code your game in C++ or C or whatever in a GD extension instead of making it using the node system, or like, I don't even know what that process would look like. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot and setting yourself up for failure. That's what I think is gonna happen if you go for make the game code in like GD extension. Like, it could work, but I don't know, man. Yeah, like, if you don't have a specific use of the power of whatever GD extension is, like, don't bother. Just use GDScript until you hit the performance bottleneck, and make sure it's a performance bottleneck in GDScript and not in physics, for example. Because if it's the bottleneck is in physics, then you have to write your own physics engine or use something faster. Because like it is generally decently fast. You can make this like a lot faster by not having the script on each individual object, and instead like have a central thing that keeps track of all of them and just calls the updates in a loop, and it's just faster. But I think these stutters come from the physics engine kind of breaks down rather than something else. Yeah, just try GDScript. I like it a lot. I think it's a very nice, simple language. It doesn't have all the fun frills of other stuff. Yeah, and also don't use VS Code. Just write it in write it in the internal editor. It's also all right if you set up your keybinds like you want them. It's got multiple cursors and most stuff you need. Doesn't have good refactoring tools, but maybe you don't need that. Depends. Hello Hiroshi, what is up? We're having some weird issues with my quantization shader not looking the same on different hardware. So maybe there is a step I'm missing here when I'm sampling the colors, because looking at Photoshop, I think it's a bit compressed, but like this color here, if I put it right next to wherever it was, like what? Go away. That color is the same as that color, right? And if I look at like the darkest of, wow, it's so compressed. But like one of these colors, it's gonna be very close to one of these colors. It's hard to tell with the compression. Maybe there's a bigger area somewhere. It kind of crushes everything. That's not true, Tinspin. It's fine. It's fine. Over-engineered is not the word you're looking for. There's like a million things you need to care about before that. Yeah, you can see the difference here between like this super crushed thing and this. This is not quite black, and it's the exact same not quite black between those two. So what my guess is that something happens here with image load. You hated how you had to recompile your Bevy game and took 5 minutes? Oh shit. Jesus. That's not good. I thought Bevy was pretty nice. And also like Rust. I guess Rust doesn't compile that fast, but did it? Yeah, the right expectations is that Godot is gonna work in 90% of the cases. Like you're not gonna have huge performance issues with any simpler or like anything less than a complicated game. It'll be fine. You think image load work differently on different cards? I think the frame buffer has a different format on different machines. Yeah, check out if you want to see something cool. Check out, it's Carl, is it Kuzinski? Or something? It's called something, Kuzinski? Does like Odin and Raylib. I think it's called Carl. Here he is. If you want to look out for something that's like very lightweight, I would check out Odin and Raylib. He has got a nice setup with hot reloading, where he compiles to Zulinski is the name. Let's see if we can find it. There's something with a DLL or hot reload or something in here. You'll check it out yourselves, but I thought it was pretty cool. And it's like if you want to do something that's more closer to the metal, less engine, more framework, Odin plus Raylib seems, and if you like C rather than like C stub or something. GDScript is super nice to work with, and even like scenes and GDScript, just you don't have to restart, just reload. So let's say I want to do something like modify something in my game, and it works from we need to close Photoshop, I'm sorry. Nope. We're not really making a lot of progress today, I will say. It's a little bit of a strange thing. You can do it with VS. Okay. Yeah, but Unity can hot reload as well. Sometimes. So I don't know what a good example is, but like here this is. If I want to change something like gotta pick the right thing, because not everything works, because some things are like saved, overridden by the settings on the editor side. But like I have something that I want to change. So first of all, scene changes just work generally. So if I go, not this guy, gotta go to the right Godot project, and if we go to level tutorial, and I want to like where is it? Here, 3D. You just turn on these lights and then go back into here, and the lights are already on. And if I want to turn them off, and they're already off. I don't even have to save the scene. It just updates them. So that's really nice. But yeah, I don't know if I wanted to change something like the speed at which these fade in and out. I could go like what's it called, like the display, text display, and there's like smoothing value here. It's 20 now. If I put it at 5, it's gonna slow down like crazy. If I go in here and then I go away, and it's gonna be really slow to fade out. I'll set it at 50. Maybe that wasn't the right smooth value actually. It's actually this. So if we show them faster. If we want to fade them out a lot slower, we can do that. Okay, so I go in here very fast and then I go away, and then it's going to be like super slow. I just have to save the file. It doesn't, no recompile needed, which is really nice. Makes me think I kind of want them to disappear pretty quickly. This could be 45, 25. Oop, oop. There's a bit of a delay because of how I coded it. Feels good. Yeah, so this part here, image load, probably in a different bit depth, or maybe it has some kind of color correction on it or something like that that causes changes. I don't know. If you want to make a game, don't bother. If you want to toy with if you want to toy around with like some cool tech, do it. Whatever Tinspin is talking about, that is like probably miles too complicated. At least it is for me. Sure is. But don't think you can do better. Most people, like, if you're listening to what I have to say, you're probably not gonna build a better engine than Godot or Unreal or whatever. Yeah, you can't build an engine unless you know how it is to make a game. So that's true, 100%. So we got Vulkan. I wonder, like, is it running under Vulkan? Probably, right? Maybe it's running under OpenGL or something. It's super simple and a permanent solution with statically allocating interface memory and the exe and the DLL definition. Simple if you use arrays of 64-byte structs, which is an optimal for cache and structure and parallelism. It doesn't sound super simple to me. Like, I don't know what that even means. And what is the interface memory? Is that the thing that loads the DLL and the things that communicate between the DLL and not? Rendering forward plus driver thread model. Depth prepass. Yo, nickname, what's up? I'm trying to find anything that's Yeah, I don't know how it works. Lazy day, weird weather. Really nice here, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just trying to figure out why the game looks much darker on some machines. I think you can you not launch the game with like --OpenGL and it just runs with OpenGL? See if that is the case, if it just like does that something. It's the 80-20 rule. Is it the Pareto principle? Can you do like force OpenGL or something to that extent? Don't think that works. It still says Vulkan. Godot force OpenGL. It could be force video driver something. Just trying, like, does it run under GLES or does it still run under Vulkan? Still says Vulkan, so that's not gonna help. That was one of my leads. Like, would it be running differently under a different API? That would be like a big difference then, I guess. I think it does, like, the Steam Deck does support Vulkan, right? Yeah, this throws a lot of shader errors at us. But it does seem to be running at a different... Okay, like no FPS. My computer crash? Nope, just a game. Hey, with the thing and the stuff. I read what you said, Tinspin. I like it. It's way over my head. Like I don't know. Oh, you were faster than me today, Mind Rage. Nice. But yeah, it does seem like that doesn't work. So it can't be that it runs under OpenGL. Shit's dark, yo. So one thing would be to check the source code, but I guess that's gonna be pretty hairy stuff. For this, no one in advanced seems to be. I think Mux or Clay John. Could know. The kebab engine. You know, I have tried. I actually did like a little experiment in C# with built-in hot reloading that worked in VS Code. C# and Raylib. It was okay. It was kind of a nice workflow. Oh dear. Yawning. Yeah, so I don't know how to fix this. Let's wait for an answer from internet. See if anyone has any ideas. So darkness is a problem. We'll solve it when we get there. So let's see what else we have here. I want to drop this tomorrow, so it's like probably was it 800, I think. Can probably do this. We should probably like format these things in order of difficulty and or like order them in order of difficulty and stuff. Oh, I need to write a thing here. Where is the chat? So we should probably figure out what is the most important part. Let's pick up the most important part here. What's the most bang for the buck thing we can do? I think I did not stream it, no. I wonder if we can do something about the skybox. It's not even like a proper skybox. It's just this kind of cloudy thing in the background. It looks kind of, especially on levels like crowd or the worst one is probably movement tutorial. Yeah, the movement tutorial, because that one has you're starting like at this really high position here. Where is it? Here. And it just looks like a black nothing, even with the ocean visible. Wow, I just now realize how it's a little bit female genitalia-y, isn't it? Yeah, there's a skybox, and then there's a little bit of a few stars up here. You could do something much more interesting. Also, like, this thing is the same color as the background. It kind of doesn't feel like it's layered. So one way of thinking of it would be to, like, add more stuff around the edges. Like, I could... I like the arch here. Very tall arch. Just put it in here somewhere. And then we just put it out off in the distance. Closer to out here. Make a copy, duplicate it, make it bigger. Rotate it a little bit. Move it around, add a buddy, turn it around, pull it down, copy that, put some over, like maybe here. Wait. Oh, I did copy it. Just like toying around now, but it's also not good if they're not let's get all of them and just put them at 0. Just try that, and maybe I need to also flip them and stuff like that. So maybe that's a thing that we want to do with all the levels, just decorate the skybox a little bit. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. But I think it is actually better. It shows a little bit more parallax. But yeah, it doesn't quite work with the... unless we're like flipping them. I have this script that I can use. Here too, like I don't really have to exit this. You can just do that, make the changes here. I don't remember what the... Let's add another node. Or is it like a mirror or something? Mirror sibling. Sounds good. Let's put these in that mirror sibling. And then boop. And then we do like make the mirror. Save that. We don't need to save it, I think. And then we just resume. And that didn't... That actually did not... update. Usually it works. Not sure why that didn't work. I have an exported var in my script with a default value. When I change the value in the inspector, it's always the default value that's used, not the one in the inspector. Do you have an idea what's happening? It's always the default value, not the one in the inspector. That sounds strange. So now we have the... These now exist on the flip side too. Still like dull. So it's the ocean plus the sky, I think, is the problem. That's true, Cineblade. You have to like tab out of it or do something for that to apply properly. Which is, I think, a little bit of a UX nightmare. Yeah. I wonder if I wanna... Do I wanna paint in shit on the horizon? Like, what if we had... I'm going to have to get the Photoshop up and running again. The sphere looks cool. This one? It's inverted. I think I have it as like come on. Why do you not stick to the side? Hello? Strange. So I think it's this one. Is it, does it look like that? This one? Yes. This doesn't look that interesting, I assume. Would it look better if it had... Here's how things look within the level with the ocean and stuff. Jupiter surface. A little bit blurry. Very slight. It's a cool idea. It's sort of... a bit too bright, maybe? Possible that I'm only using the red channel or something like that for this. I don't know. It looks really blurry and really fake. I was a bit surprised how much difference there was between having color in there and not. You can see like different features because I'm sampling the thing multiple times and just sliding them across each other. Yeah, I don't think so. Bebab, it's called. This is almost me. So from what I can tell, there should be skyboxes or something here. Free CC0 stuff. This is a good... This one is pretty cool, Sky. That's cool. That's really cool. 74 megs. Sure. Give it to me, baby. EXR. Can I open that in Photoshop? Sure. That didn't work. It's a bit dark, yo. Why so dark though? Those clouds are a lot more dramatic than what I had before. I wonder how that looks in game. I am starting to get a little bit hungry, and yeah, I don't know if we should maybe take a bit of... Oh, Photoshop is running, I'm sorry. Can't... Yeah, that does look pretty good. If we ran it smaller with like... Nope, it doesn't want to. What's the big deal, Photoshop? Do you really have to be this way? I think it's eating up my VRAM. That's my thought. Anyway, I've been considering maybe... See, I closed that big image and now... I think this skybox is actually cooler looking than the previous one. How does it look under? Here it's just like super dark. Some strange shapes. So one thing we can do is just mirror. We can blur it differently if we want to, but for now, we just do one of those and add a little bit of a brighter streak across the center. That's not good. to get that horizon line. And at least there's something going on there. I think it's better. We have a swirl. Talking of turbulent flow, we could do other things to this guy where it swirls more rather than some other stuff. Also think it's possible that what we want to do is fade the thing out to the top. That's not inverted. Like this. Let's give it more opacity. So that we can use our stars more. That's not too bad. Just check the license on this. CC0. Neat. And then we can tweak maybe like give it just a tiny bit more contrast. See what that does. Probably does it a lot. Okay, now we're back to but yeah, I do think this looks better than what we had before. So that's a good start, but it's so empty down here, which is the ocean shader. We can toy with the settings or something. We got this distance to center that we're using to fade it out towards the edges, which is causing all this if we're just doing this, I mean, maybe it's better. Make the mesh here bigger, like 1.5. That's the same, and then it gets like cut off by the thing. I don't know that this is gonna look better, but I think Google has gone to shit. It's really hard to find good stuff these days. This has a much like less dark tone to it than what we had before. Is almost looking tropical. One other thing we used to do is have a red sky, which is, I think, a pretty cool look. So in here, wait, this is, how do I get the colors then? Oh, there's an albedo texture that sets the colors. Interesting. So this blue thing here, if we made this red instead, we would get a more dramatic sky. But we get that yellow thing. What if this was blue then? Maybe that could look cool. Whoa. I don't know. I need something to eat. Maybe I should just cut the stream here and see what happens. And then tomorrow we come back and just well, frame rate there for a sec. Maybe it's a little bit too bright. It's a clear like band going across like that. I guess probably comes from something bad, like yeah, that's a little bit too much, I guess. You can actually fade this out towards the top if you want to fade it to another color. And then this could be a little bit darker. What is causing the... Can you save this texture so we can edit it in place? Like even with black, there's some color there. Or is that coming from this guy? Hard to tell. I don't know. It's a little bit garish. Oh, use HDR. Old skybox from Unity, maybe. Can we have a little bit of fade out towards the edges on the water surface? Instead of doing this, let's like bring it back. That makes everything black, but this is divide this by 2, divide it by 5, or we can get it like a little bit more. There's something about the green there that just... Does this matter? I think that's not bound to anything. And this one is though. In many ways, I feel like the really old version of the game, like before this year, actually had some of the nicer colors. I don't know what it is about this that just feels a bit off. Could we have like a greenish sky instead? So just so there's a little bit more difference between... A little bit bright towards the horizon now. Can we undo that also? I don't know. But one thing I've been thinking about is like maybe I should have a sun somewhere that's visible. Maybe 2, 1 on each side. I don't know why it's so hard to get a pure green sky. But yeah, hunger is coming. Wait, I missed you, Granny. When you said Red Sky, my mind went straight to one of my favorite fantasy series, but the second book is called Red Seas and Red Skies. Now I think I have to do reread. Okay, cool. Glad to inspire. This guy looks pretty friendly. How does it look on other? And I don't necessarily want friendly. That's the thing. So here we need to figure out that this needs to scroll or something on smaller screens. Oh, look at that frame rate. What's going on? Hello. Stop that. Can we like... Yeah. Very powerful. His name is George, the old skybox. Look at this. Tired kitty. And don't tell me I have to clean my screen because it was pretty pretty dusty there. Yeah, you can see the horizon line doesn't quite match up, but we can fix that. The water looks less juicy, I think, now than it did before. Thinner. See how it looks with the red just dominates everywhere. Try another level, like how does crowd look, for example. You know what? One thing I really like with this is that before, these silhouettes didn't really show up across because the sky was so dark. And oftentimes you were like looking at things a little bit... yeah, they got lost a little bit. You could almost see the sky as it is right now, but flipped, so this green is down here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break. We'll see if I come back or if I come back tomorrow. Either way, I think we're pretty like... We should probably have a playtest tomorrow. There's a bunch of things I want to do, but none of them are super important. So let's see if we can do a playtest tomorrow. For now, let's just raid someone. See who's with us. Cakes is working on something. Really Cakes yesterday. Bags. The dev dad. This seems like maybe not game dev. JavaScript. Practical. Who do you want to see? 1, 2, 3. Numbers in chat. No, 1, 2, 3. I mean. No one cares. Biags it is.
Well, I mean, I have this one.
Ryoun?
Yes, I literally say
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe next time.
Because I say it a lot, but I mean, no, it costs me an absolute freaking fortune.
I guess we can cancel. Offline. Anyway, be nice to Biags. You should, while we're doing this, wishlist our game and join the Discord.
It's not like if you turned it into an hourly rate, it would be
But yeah, be nice to Biags. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow or maybe later today. We'll see. Hugs.